Hi, friends. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you tonight. I'm off spending a little bit of time with my family, but I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy lives to come and explore the lay school and what it might be that God's calling you to walk more deeply into next. So, thanks for being here. Uh, Many of you may think, I don't want to be a licensed lay evangelist. I don't want to go out on the street corner yelling with folks and all that kind of thing. That doesn't sound like my faith. Well, I have good news. That is not what licensed lay evangelists do. Although we could go out on the street corner and tell people about the good news of Jesus, but that's not really what we do. In the Episcopal Church, we talk about evangelism as being a spiritual practice in which we seek, name, and celebrate Jesus' loving presence in the lives and stories of all people. And then we invite everyone to more. So, what that looks like is that we take time to reflect on what has God been doing in our lives? How have I seen Jesus' love at work in the world around me today? So we seek it. And then we learn to name it for ourselves, and to learn how we can communicate that naming with other people. May that be through our own discussion or writing, or even maybe using social media. And we learn to celebrate all of God's goodness together and to celebrate what God is doing in the unexpected places and in the lives of others. One of the things that sort of helped me learn to explain evangelism a little bit is that uh, very recently, some of my friends were teasing me and calling me a lacrosse evangelist. Now, I don't even play lacrosse myself, but I do talk about lacrosse all the time, and I'm always inviting people to try lacrosse things because it's meant so much to my children. A couple years ago, my son Will, who's 11 now, was really trying to figure out like where did he fit in at school and in the community and stuff like that. And he was interested in sports, but hadn't really found that thing that just clicked. And one of our neighbors asked Will to come over and try lacrosse with him. And he was out there and just showed him like how to hold the stick and how to throw and what all this stuff was. And Will enjoyed it so much and enjoyed spending time with this neighbor that he begged to be signed up for the lacrosse team. So I signed him up for lacrosse and I didn't know anything about it. I was like, I don't know. It looks kind of like soccer with crab nets. That's all I really know. Um, but as Will began to play and be a part of the team, he absolutely fell in love with it. And I finally understood what it was when people would say, my child loves, and then this sport or activity. Because I saw Will light up in a way that I hadn't seen in a while. I saw a child want to get up in the morning and really work on the skills of the sport, and someone who wanted to pull others into the team. Um, and it's been amazing and life changing, even to watch someone fully come alive in something that they love. And so, some of the stuff that we do as a family that has gotten us this lacrosse evangelist label is one, we're always inviting people to come check out, oh, come to the lacrosse game, come to practice, whatever, come see what they do. We've always got like a bunch of lacrosse sticks in the car and at the house. And whenever we have like an event at the house or people over for dinner or we're out at the park, we've always got extra sticks for more folks to try it out. Um, and it's not that I think everyone needs to be a lacrosse player, but what I do want people to know is that there's this sport out there that some of us don't really know that much about, and it can be a lot of fun. And it's been a place where my children have found a sense of love and belonging. And I want people to know that it's an option for them. And I think that that's a pretty good parallel for what we're doing in the Licensed Lay Evangelist class. We learn to look back into our own story. We learn to look back into our own lives and name the goodness of God, to seek it and point it out and to claim it. And then we look for ways to celebrate it and to share it with others. And it's a lot of fun. Here are some of the ways that we begin to learn to do that. We will meet once a month for 8 months. We meet roughly 2 to 3 hours at a time, preferably in person, and that location will depend on the location of the students. We'll move around to see what works best for everybody, and we may have to get creative with that, and that's okay. We'll also meet a couple of times by Zoom, have a couple of Zoom check-ins. We'll have some opportunities to go on field trips and to see some evangelism and evangelism practices in work, in person working. And then we also do a good bit of reading. We will read 3 books in this class. We'll read What is Evangelism by Patricia Lyon, who joined us for a convention this past year. We'll read Being Christian by Rowan Williams. And we will also read Trauma Informed Evangelism. That just reminds us that everybody's on a journey of healing. And being able to see God's presence in that journey, even in the hard places, and learning to talk about it is a form of evangelism. It also reminds us constantly that these stories of God, our scripture, our traditions, our church, are never to be used as a weapon. They're always a form of invitation and love and grace. Some other stuff that we work on is we work on learning to build our evangelism pyramid, which is where we look at what are all the different kinds of events you might have, and what is their purpose and their goal. We learn about some different categories for them, some frequency of them, and our expectations around them. And then we use all of that to develop basically a year of community and parish programming and personal practices. And that becomes a living, breathing document that you can use to have discussions about parish programming and community planning with your vestry and your clergy, and other folks at your church. It's a lot of fun. Um, we get together, we learn so much about one another, and we learn to listen deeply, and we learn to sort of what I call put on our God lenses to just see the wonder and delight of God in the world around us and learn what are the ways that we can gently and lovingly invite others to do the same. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My email is Lydia, Lydia, at diocgc.org. And I look forward to hearing from you and just seeing what adventure God has planned for you next. Thanks. Bye.